So why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got into songwriting and producing and what first pulled you into music?
I mean, I guess my parents kind of forced me into music at a young age, and then by the time I was 11, I was starting to play gigs all over Toronto. That's what I did every weekend. That was my job. And but I was always in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a rock star one day. That was the point. And I never imagined I'd be behind the scenes. I always thought I'd be on stage, which at some point I was. I was in other bands, and got to tour and do this and that. But now I'm at the point where I just, get to write for all kinds of people. Every day is a different person. And
And so what instruments were you playing as a kid and like in these gigs?
I was always playing piano. That was my thing, piano and keyboard. Although in high school, I was kind of embarrassed of the piano, so I played the drums.
And so tell me how you would describe your sound as a songwriter and producer today. And maybe like even if you want like
Uh,
how has your sound developed over time?
it just depends on what's needed that day, or what does the song need, or who am I working with. You know, luckily growing up in Toronto, um, you get exposed to all kinds of different music. So I had all different kinds of teachers and all different played in all different kinds of bands. So it's my style is, I guess, a combo of everything. It's just like, what are we doing today? Are we making a dance song, or are we making a country song?
How did you first get connected to the Lady Gaga world? How did that opportunity come to you?
That was because at the time I ended up becoming friends with this guy Blood Pop, and
Mhm.
we were working for a couple years all the time on various projects. We had a song with Haley Steinfeld for 50 Shades movie, and we had like a lot of different things. And then one day he's like, let's write something for Gaga, and we made an idea real quick. And next thing I know, like 2 weeks later, she was on it already. Although the song didn't come out for 3 years.
So this was like in 20 like 18, twenty
Yeah, I
nineteen.
want to say like 2017, 2018, and
Oh
then
wow.
came out in 2020.
So what was the production process like for that if you can tell me a little bit about that?
For me, like what I do in the room usually is the chords and the music, the basic music stuff, and then Blood Pop was doing the drums and picking the sounds and all kinds of stuff like that, or making whatever I played cooler. Um, yeah, we kind of made the basic skeleton of the song, and he put some melodies on it, and then later Gaga put some melodies on it, and later Max helped out and stuff. And
Max Martin, right? Yeah,
yes,
like
Max came
he
at
was
the
on that.
yeah, yeah, yes, he came in at towards the end of that. Yeah.
And was there a specific like melody or lyric or production moment that you sort of started or that you sort of came up with, if you're allowed to say?
Um, I don't know. I think it was just the chords. Like that's the way we started songs. We were just like, what
Hmm.
are the chords? He's like, what feels like Gaga? And it was just like the first thing that came. Like, these are the chords, you know?
So do you remember the moment when you realized or when it sort of kicked in like, oh, this is going to be a hit. This is going to be a big song.
I mean, you never know until it comes out. But that song had such a crazy journey at the time. It got leaked like way ahead of where it was supposed to. And so I don't know if that helped or hurt things. Maybe it hurt things. I don't know. Because it was getting played in clubs and everything like 2 months before the song came out. Um, so yeah, I mean, as far as like, do you know if it's going to be a hit? You never know. At the same
Right.
time, it's Lady Gaga, so like, there's a good chance. Am I ever going to have a bigger song than that? I don't know. You know what I mean? So
Did you work like in the same room with Gaga? Like, were you in the studio with her?
not, no, no, no. That was just, I went to the studio a few times, but it was just Blood Pop and Jami.
But did you meet her? Did you
I
get
met
to work?
her at Blood Pop's house for a birthday party once.
Right. And did she know that you like helped contribute to obviously because it's on the listing, but did she like
That was,
acknowledge
but
that? Did she?
that was before the song came out. So I
Oh,
did, yeah. So I didn't really want to talk about the song or anything, but I had to just be cool.
right. What do you like about her art, like her music style?
Um, I just like that she's able to sit at a piano and sing a song and like be a real artist and write a song at a piano type thing. I also like the way she was just pushing things like meat dress and all, like just like pushing boundaries everywhere she could.
Yeah, no, that's so true because like it's like you said, she can she masters the basics of just being a songwriter and like having the power vocals
Yeah,
and like the
yeah, yeah.
songwriting abilities, but she can also be like crazy and fun and doing all these amazing
Yeah,
like
yeah, with full
shocking
dance
things.
routine and everything.
If the opportunity came up again, would you jump back in the studio with Gaga and write another
Absolutely.
song?
What do you mean? Of course. Of course. Any day of the week. Yeah, I'll be there for sure.